संस्थापकाय च धर्मस्य सर्वधर्मस्वरूपिणे अवतारवरिष्ठाय रामकृष्णाय ते नमः। जननीं शारदां देवीं रामकृष्णं जगद्गुरुं पादपद्मे तयो श्रित्वा प्रणमामि मुहुर्मुहुः। परतत्त्वे सदा लीनो रामकृष्णः समाज्ञया यो धर्मस्थापनरतो वीरेशं तं नमाम्यहम्। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। हरिः ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। हरिः ॐ। Namaste to all of you. Wish you strength, joy, peace, good health, wisdom, faith, and good life. A life of spiritual journey, because life is not a destination, it is a journey. Let us go forward through our yoga, through our meditation, through Swadhyaya, and reach the goal as early as possible. By the grace of God, by the anugraha of God. Because three things are very rare to get, as Shankaracharya said in his Vivekananda 3rd shloka, Durlabham trayamevaitat daivanugraha hetukam manushyatvam mokshutvam mahapurusha samshayaha. Durlabham, very difficult, very tough, very rare. Trayamevaitat, three things are there in life. One is, and if anybody has got this, it is by the grace of God. Daivanugraha hetukam. What is that? Manushyatvam. The very fact that you are born as a human being gives you a value and dignity. We are all spiritual beings in this human body, but forgotten that spirituality, forgotten that Atma Bhavam, and doing all this running about in a circus, in this mad world. So that spark of divinity is there inside us. Let us magnify it and reach the goal and reach the Paramatman, Manushyatvam, Mukshutvam, the aspiration, the Vyakulata, the eagerness, the hunger, the thirst to attain knowledge, the supreme knowledge. Mahapurusha Samshaya, Satsangam, association of holy people, association of wise people. If you are a scientist, association of the scientists. If you are a musician, association of the musicians. Not those who go to park, or not just those who are playing cards. So that association of that like-minded, of the holy people, of where that values are being churned and discussed, such is also a rare possibilities in life. We go in the wrong direction or the wrong place to find the truth. So Shankaracharya has given us this assurance. Whoever has got this, it is grace of God. So let us make the best use of Manushyatvam, increase the Mokshutvam, the aspiration, and then find out the right sorts of company, environment to grow in life, to blossom in life, to become more pure, purest of mortals in life. This is an opportunity for us during the lockdown, during the corona situation, virus pandemic that is creating havoc and fear in the minds of the people, confusion in the minds of the people. It is possible to come out of it. But not exploiting nature, but being in tune with nature, communion with nature. All boils down to one point, which I shall discuss today, that is the proper action. It's not reaction, it's not excitement, it is not outward going tendency that is always important. It's not being judgmental that is important. It is the reasoning that is important. It is the response that is important, not the reaction. And respond with awareness. Respond jagrita. With awareness is jagrita avastha. So there's a beautiful story. I shall narrate that story with you. There was a train. Passengers have entered the train and it started moving, leaving the platform and moving forward in good speed. It was packed with all sorts of people, all ages of people, mostly the working men and women, some young boys and girls from different colleges. They were also in the train. And they were talking, they were as usual, the train party is going on. Near the window, was seated an old man with his 30-year-old son. As the train moves by, the son is overwhelmed. The young boy, maybe about 30 years or something, he was overwhelmed with joy. He was seeing the trees, the birds, the houses, the farms, the fields, so many things he's watching. And he's overwhelmed with joy. And he's calling his father and says, see father, the scenery of the green trees moving away is very beautiful. This behavior of this grown-up boy, nearly 30 years young man, shouting like a child as if he has not seen anything in life, irritated other passengers. But they thought, okay, something is shouting, why bother? And the journey continued. Everyone started murmuring about that boy. This guy seems to be a crack, somebody was talking. And then, after some time, the boy saw raindrops. Slight rain was falling outside, and he saw the raindrops fell in his hand, fell on the window, and he was calling his father and showing the raindrops. And now it is too much. One of the ladies shouted, cannot you see it is raining? If your son is not feeling well, get him soon to a mental asylum and do not disturb the public. What is this shouting? Why is he excited so much seeing rain or seeing the trees and buildings? Is he a crack or what? Somebody commented. Somebody made an irritable remark on the father. Then, lo and behold, the old man hesitated first to reply to this comment, and in a low tone replied, dear sister, we are on the way back from the hospital, the eye hospital. All these days, my son was blind. Today, the eye transplantation took place. Today, he was discharged from the hospital after the eye transplantation. Now he is seeing the world. He is able to see the world. Please bear with us. Please forgive us for the inconvenience caused to you. Please do not scold my son. He is seeing the world for the first time. He is seeing the trees for the first time. He is seeing people for the first time. He is seeing raindrops for the first time. All through he was only listening what I used to say. But now it is his personal experience. He is not able to control his joy. He is not able to hold back his joy. Please excuse him. Please excuse him, pleaded that elderly father. See the judgments that we make without understanding, without proper knowledge. This is what society is passing through today. Thanks to the fast-paced lifestyle, people's reactions have become instantaneous, judgments too quick, and relationships break up in seconds. Many advocates, many judges of the High Court have told me, what was 3 years back, what was even last year, is not today. The breakups and the divorces and the suicides and the crimes in one's own family, in one's own relationships is increasing at a very rapid pace. Thanks to this corona, which has slowed down our life. It's good to go forward, but not at a rapid pace, without care, without fear, without respect. Let us be little more cautious, little more responding to the situation with vijnana, with wisdom. That is what I am trying to share with all of you. Dear friends, what is required to gain this proper response, the positive response? It requires a good deal of prayer. Prayer is not desires, going with a big list to Tirumala, going with a big list to God, to Ganesha. It is a communication. It is a flow of love between the devotee and the deity, between the parents and the children. Prayer, prayer, prayer. You don't need any mantras. You just communicate your love, communicate your feelings, communicate your heart to God. It requires a lot of practice, prayer, prarthana, mental maturity, self-analysis, without hurting the feeling of others. When you pray, the mind becomes soft. Our emotions become pure, and they will be focused towards the higher purpose of life. In business, sport, family, college, office, other places of work, we must learn People must learn to shed off the ego before stepping into any role. The ego should be crushed, or the ego should be purified. The individual, Mr. X, Mr. Y, Mrs. X, Mrs. Y, anybody, must be ready to play the role of a peon, a clerk, a owner, a leader, a manager, a doctor, a software professional, a salesman, as and when required. Don't be too rigid in your mind. We need all rounders today. We just don't need watertight compartments. There should be a flow in the society. There should be a beautiful, as we say, the Ganga flows, the Godavari flows, the wind flows, the river flows. Oh, that joy is something wonderful. That is spontaneity. A child is filled up with joy, and it shares that joy. So that flow is very important. And what prevents us from taking up different roles? The ego, the unripe ego, the kacha ami, as Sri Ramakrishna used to say. It is the worst enemy, which is a stumbling block in personal and spiritual development. And that will block national development also. The ego prevents a person from learning to share work with employees, leading to stagnation in life and culture. Today, many times we see that ego playing truant. Ego became so high, it became so painful that nature is asking us to sit at home. Close your nose, close your mouth, don't come out. Nature is giving us the dictation now. So Vedanta urges the individual, it inspires the individual, it inspires you, it inspires me to gain more vijnana. Agnanam, gnanam, Vignanam, higher wisdom. It says, ask yourself, what have I understood from this experience? What did I learn? When people start putting the right question at the right time, life starts evolving beyond limitations. The curiosity is very important. Not being a doubting Thomas. Be curious like a scientist. Be curious like an innovator, like a child. Try to find out the truth. Ask some good questions. Ask some positive questions. How can I face the problems? How can I resolve them? How can I move up in the ladder of life? If a person is inspired to evolve, he or she has to face the egotistic problems. He has to face it headlong, he has to face them fearlessly and stop the blame game. The self-awareness demands three factors: the individual factor, the social factor, and the ground of your being, on the base of your Atman. It is not a simple thing, but surely not a complex issue as well. If a person is alone, he may be aware of himself, but when he is with people, can it be a reality? Can he continue to think of himself as the Atman? Can he think of the base from which the rocket takes over? The base is very important. The foundation is very important. Yes, it is possible, says the great sages. The great sages of the Upanishads. Sri Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita, Swami Vivekananda, great Mahatmas are there. They say yes, it is possible. It is because of ignorance, agnanam, that a person likes or dislikes, associates or disassociates with someone. So that creates a wall, that creates a barrier in life, and life becomes a stagnant pool. So we need to be positive, gain that positivity by patient workout, by patient focus, by sadhana. Anything that separates you from others and leads to critical attitude and comments is immoral and hinders your progress. Always be aware that you are a part of the whole. You are a part of the whole. You are not separate. You are connected from deep within and not separate from the universe. This harmony between you and the universe, harmony between you and nature, the harmony between you and the people are to be cultivated. That is what yoga is all about. That is what our meditation is all about. And may Sri Ramakrishna bless you all with that proactiveness, with that positiveness, and take you forward in life is my humble prayer. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat. Namaste.